Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. My name's Stephanie, and today we're going to be going over all of the manicures that I wore in April. It's a pretty straightforward monthly recap kind of series where I just talk about everything that I wore and my thoughts on the polishes. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So I started off April pretty strong because I wanted to do something cute for Easter. I feel like it had been a little while since, I had done some nail art and stuff. So on my left hand, I did a skittle using a couple of cracked pastels and topped it with mascara flakes, which is a black flake topper. I feel like this is such an easy go-to for Easter. So I wanted to have that be like my fail-safe in case I didn't get to actually do some nail art, but I did challenge myself and painted on my non-dominant hand. So, on my right hand, I did this little alternating skittle slash nail art. It was actually a part of my topper series where I was highlighting this chunky glitter from Noodle's nail polish and layered it over a periwinkle and a pastel yellow, which I really, really loved that combination. I feel like that nail was my favorite aside from like the nail art nails. And for my nail art, I did a cute little bunny on my thumb with a floppy ear and a little chick on, I think it was my ring finger or my middle finger, but they were just so cute and I really loved this combination. So I was extra proud of myself for just doing nail art because it has been a little while and I've been, constantly saying in these videos that I'd like to get back into it, but sometimes it's just hard to do. And while I don't really celebrate Easter like that, I think it's just such a cute holiday for like, the little bunny and chicks like motifs and everything. So I thought that it would make the cutest nail art and I'm just really happy with it. Next, I was in a little bit of a thermal mood. So I then wore Mooncat's Melonberry, which was one of their thermals from the Remedy collection last spring. It's a really beautiful color going from this like bubblegum pink in the warm state to this lavender purple in the cold state. I love both of those shades. So, as a thermal, I just really enjoy the color transitions. So this was just a really pretty, almost like palette cleanser. I don't know, to me, it just felt like a palette cleanser because it's like almost like a cream, but very like neutral. It's not super intense or glowy or eye-catching, but I love it regardless. And after a couple of days, I ended up adding Psyche Minerals Whispering Waves on top of that because I kind of just wanted like a topper. This wasn't for my topper series because I don't know, technically I don't count the Psyche Minerals as a topper, even though it is kind of sheer. But yeah, unfortunately, once I did add it over Melonberry, I didn't really love this one. So maybe it's like subconsciously I didn't count it as my topper series because it was kind of like a nail fail or something. But yeah, for whatever reason, it just didn't hit the way that I wanted it to, which is such a shame because I love Whispering Waves on its own. It's like this super glitzy, girly, twinkly pink reflective glitter. There's hollow, there's shimmer, there's blue flakes in there. It is such a pretty polish like all around. But I think because of like the blue iridescent flakes, being layered over a somewhat lighter color, it kind of does that thing where they sort of look yellow in some lighting. And yeah, it just wasn't the right contrast or like color combination. It didn't look bad under flash because that's where you got like more of the pink from the Psyche, but in every other lighting, it just kind of was like, like it just didn't really make me happy. And on my other hand, I was wearing another thermal. This one was Goodnight Polish's Leave 'em Breathless, which was from their Love is a Battlefield collection that came out last month, or I guess the month before. It's a stunning, stunning thermal going from this like really light pale blue lavender color to like a purple shade, and it has a really nice glowy shimmer. Again, just like love the color combination here, the glowy blue shimmer. I mean, it's just so perfect. It's such a pretty shade. And yeah, I was just in this like thermal mood where I didn't want to not wear any thermals this season because otherwise they're just gonna like sit in my collection, right? So I figured why not just wear two at the same time. The next manicure that I wore was Polish for Days You're Gonna Be Popular, which I picked up earlier this year finally after having it like on my wish list for almost a year. It's basically the light pink version or sister sibling to Lush, which is another favorite of mine. So naturally I had to wear this one and it was just so beautiful. I am just so in love with it. I know for a while I was trying to like talk myself out of it because I already have Lush and, you know, I didn't want to get like sibling polishes, but this was the pink version. Like, how could I not get the pink version, right? And yeah, I just do not regret it at all. It is such a beautiful polish. I feel like this is one that I wore for like several days, if not like a whole week straight. And eventually, on my other hand, I wore Mooncat's Momo Yuyake from the Remedy collection last spring. This one is a kind of like coral pink shimmer with a bright pink shimmer that shifts to like a peachy and then gold color in extreme lighting. I really love this one. I know so many people like didn't love that Remedy collection. One, because it's like a lot of these, you know, pastel colors, like just boring shades to some people, but I can't help but just be a fan of them. I think some people were also not in love with this because it's sort of like the replacement, I think, for Stolen Ambrosia, which was the orange shimmer. And unfortunately, I didn't really love that one as much, at least on me. Like, I love it on other people, but whenever I wore Stolen Ambrosia, I just thought it was a little too like contrasty or something. So I feel like this shade, you know, being a little bit more pink just felt more flattering to me. And yeah, I just really loved it. I'm sorry. I feel like it's expected that any kind of pink shimmer is just gonna be up my alley, you know? And this is one that I feel like I wore also for another week straight, where whenever I got like a chip or something, I just took it off of that one nail and then repainted it because I just really love the color that much. And finally, to close out the month of April, I wore Mooncat's Flight of the Monarchs in this butterfly nail art design. If you watch all of my videos, you know that a couple of weeks ago, I shared a video on like the best butterfly inspired shades. So naturally, I had to feature Flight of the Monarchs because it's a stunner, a bestseller for a good reason. I mean, you all know that I love orange anyway, but this was such a beautiful shade that I feel like I haven't worn in a while. And it's one of the few Mooncats that actually has like a fill line. So I feel like it's impressive. So it was just really nice to wear it again. And I think I maybe wore it for like a day on its own. And then I decided to do some nail art over it and film a little tutorial for that, which hopefully should have been posted by the time this goes up. But yeah, I love a classic butterfly wing. I think it's always so, so pretty. And, you know, now that my nails are like a little bit longer, I just think it looks so flattering. But I have done this butterfly design on my shorter nails before, and I think it's just as cute. So don't let like the nail length or shape deter you from trying it. It is such a cute design, so worth the effort. And that wraps up everything that I wore in April. So not as many manicures, and as you probably noticed, I kind of fell off from doing my topper series. The last video that I did featuring a topper was from the beginning of the month for like my Easter nail art mani, and the rest of the month I just did not get around to doing anything else. Part of it was because there was like this 1 or like 2 weeks that were really, really busy. Like, I'm sure you remember there was a lot of launches in like this one weekend in particular. So I was just prioritizing, you know, working on like those videos and swatches and whatnot. So I wasn't really painting my nails as often, and let alone just doing the other things that I wanted to do, like my topper series or other kind of nail art. So yeah, that was a little bit of a bummer, you know, that I didn't get to do another topper video for April. Like, I wish that I had done something at least for like that last week, but I just kind of felt a little like burnt out. And to be completely honest, I feel like my mental health wasn't the best in like the beginning of the month or the middle of the month as well. So that was another reason that I'm like, you know what, I'm just doing what I can with like my YouTube videos because that's like the biggest priority. And if I get around to doing more, then I will, but obviously I didn't. But, you know, I am feeling a lot better now. It's just like the waves, you know, that come and go with like my mental health, where I feel inspired and I want to do things. And then other times I'm just like, I can't be bothered. So even if this month sort of felt like a fail as far as like, you know, not painting my nails as often as the previous months, not doing my topper series, I still have like some wins, you know. I'm still proud of myself for doing the 2 nail art looks that I did for Easter and then with my butterfly tips, and also for doing like a couple of manis that were on my spring favorites wheel, because that's the whole point of doing my wheel in the first place. It's to like pull out these polishes that I want to wear for the season. So that's usually what I like look at for my inspiration and, you know, just pick what I want to wear. But yeah, that was pretty much my month of April. Not the best, but you know, it's gonna get better, and I definitely feel a lot fresher now. Like, I mean, I cut my hair yesterday and I just feel a lot better. But let me know how your April went, how many manis you wore, just how your month was in general. I would love to hear about it in the comments down below so we can chat about it. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!